causes allergies? You might think it's because of dust or pollen or pets, but I'm going to start out this video by showing you two seemingly unrelated maps that might just change your mind.
Here is a map of countries that have the highest rate of allergies. Notice North America, Eurasia, Australia, and Brazil. Now here is a map of countries that have the highest rate of worm parasite infections. It seems to be the exact opposite of the last map. Let's look again.
What could be happening here? Could worm parasites somehow be related to allergies? Intestinal worm parasites, also called helminths, are flatworms like tapeworms and flukes, and roundworms called nematodes. These poor suckers are destined to rely on other animals like us for nutrients. To figure out how allergies and worm parasites might be related, we first need to understand how our bodies normally recognize and respond to helminth infections.
The body does not respond to pathogens like bacteria and fungus the same way it responds to worm parasites, because the worms are too big for individual cells to engulf. However, working together, these individual immune cells can still pack a punch. When the worm enters, it secretes a mixture of enzymes to help it barrel through the tissue. These enzymes penetrate through the mucosal epithelium. There, dendritic cells, or DC, act like a blind scientist. They go around taking samples of whatever they find and present them to T cells as antigen-presenting cells, or APC. Since they don't have eyes or mouths, antigen-presenting cells communicate with T cells by using an offering arm called MHC2 that has the foreign molecule attached. They also have an arm that tells them, is this the right cell I should be talking to? Both of these have to match in order for the signal to be read by the T cell. If they could talk, the APC cell would be saying, hey, have you seen this before? And the T cell, which can recognize past pathogens they've encountered, can use the information to identify the foreign molecule. Looks like a worm parasite to me. So at this point, the body's immune system has recognized the giant intruder. Now it is time for action. The activated T cell will then miraculously change into a special type of T cell called Th2 helper cell. These immune cells deal with helminth parasites. They rush to the site where the signal was first detected, following a chemical trail. There, it causes the mucosal epithelium to leak, produces mucus, and contracts muscles to thwart the worm. This response is part of a weep and sweep defense, where the body tries to flush out and expel the worm by causing coughing and sneezing. But that's not all they do. The Th2 cells also recruit macrophages, another type of immune cell, to help the body cope with the damage the worm caused. The macrophages rush over and secrete anti-inflammatory molecules. Th2 cells also recruit B cells and send out chemokine signals to recruit other immune cells, specifically the eosinophil, basophil, and mast cell. The B cell produces antibodies, a Y-shaped protein, that is specific for the worm's antigens, aka those foreign enzymes. The three cell types take up those antibodies on their arms, called Fc receptors, and use it as a wanted poster to figure out who they're supposed to attack. The three cell types then go to the area where the worm is and release their toxic granules all around the worm. One type of granule, major basic protein, is directly toxic to worm, larvae, and eggs. So how does this relate to allergies? Well, without worm parasites present for the Th2 immune cells to attack, the T cells never properly learn what a worm parasite is. As a result, they can sometimes falsely identify harmless molecules as worm shed molecules. Take dust allergens as an example. Dust mites have an enzyme in their skin called DERP1, and when we breathe in DERP1, that's when our troubles begin. DERP1 can fool your Th2 cells and set off the cycle, causing the release of toxic granules and the weep and sweep response that creates allergy symptoms.
In conclusion, Allergies are caused by our immune cells incorrectly responding to a worm parasite that doesn't exist. What's weird about that is that it means that having little worms wriggling around in your body can actually keep us somewhat healthy. So how could this be? Well, our bodies have evolved with parasites. Things like hand sanitizer, filtered water, and parasitic treatments are all relatively recent. Somehow, our bodies evolved a whole line of defense for dealing with these worm parasites. And they interact so strongly that being without the other can cause its own set of problems. And this is called the hygiene hypothesis. And if you're interested in this topic, it's a great area for future research. Right now, there is no clear genetic evidence for who is most at risk of developing allergies. We also don't really know the common characteristics of food allergens, or the environmental cues that increase our response to allergens over time. And lastly, we only have existing treatments that treat the symptoms, not the actual cause. And who knows, maybe you can be the one who answers these questions. If you like this video, go ahead and share it with your friends and family who might have allergies and who might be wanting to figure out what's going on. Also, subscribe for more videos like this and feel free to leave topic suggestions. Thanks for watching!
I would also like to thank my professor, Jordan Price, and the authors of this book for their assistance with making this video.